Hello and welcome to Eva-Essence. My name is Ivana, and in this video we will explore what does it mean to be psychic, or what does psychic actually mean, and how does it differ from mediumship and being a medium. Okay, so it's one of those very commonly asked questions, and it's one of those meanings that can get lost in translation. So I will do my best to explain this in the best possible way for you. The best way for me to start off is basically through my own personal experience and journey of what psychic actually means. So by starting off with the term psyche or psychic, it means of the essence or of the soul. Okay, so when we look into the essence and when we look into the soul itself, it comes up with all different kinds of experiences from the present, from the past, from many lifetimes also in some instances. So when I receive a client that comes in, or when you have a client that comes in to see you, they come in with the body, with their thoughts, emotions, past lived experiences, survival mechanisms, everything that they've kind of learned and come to know is within their field, or something we refer to as the auric field. Okay, so as they come and sit opposite you and you sit opposite them, what starts to occur is the exchange of the field, and the information starts to enter and become present for the reader. Now this information we can perceive through different clairs. So there's through different sensory guides, okay, or navigational systems that we call or that we term this as clair or clairsentience, for sensing, feeling sensations, more kinesthetic, okay, more kinesthetically, more in the body. We've got Claircognizance, which is the clear knowing. So a lot of the time we just kind of enter into the field of just we are them, and we know that this has occurred in their experience. Clairgustance, which is the clear taste, so the sense of taste. Clairvoyance, the sight, seeing. And there's also other clairauditory is to be able to hear. So this can be subjective and objective as well, and we'll have to move into this at another time. But basically the way we perceive the information from the person incarnate, which is in the physical world, incarnate, someone that's been incarnated in the actual body, this is what we call or term as psychic. Okay, now the process with the spirit world is quite similar in the sense that their soul and spirit starts to blend with our soul and spirit. But mediumship is for someone that's disincarnate, someone that is not in the actual physical form. And we also utilize the clairs, so clairvoyance, clairgustance, claircognizance, all the clairsentience, the feeling sense. We start to utilize all of that as a tool to help recognize the information that is coming to meet us in this particular situation. Okay, so we will actually do another video more specifically on clairs, but this is just the difference between psychic and mediumship, and knowing the difference, and why does this matter, and would this matter for a client? The answer is no, it would not matter for the client. However, as a medium or as a psychic, it helps to recognize, it also helps to decipher in the way that we are working in, so that we can start to strengthen those areas that we perhaps don't feel so strong in, through the process of recognizing what is strong within us. So perhaps some of us are very strongly sentient, we feel we feel the world very strongly, we feel the emotion, and so that could be our way of accessing that information. Some of us are very visual and find it very hard to drop into the body and start to experience the feeling sense. So we start to actually just more connect with the cognitive mental field. But what starts to happen in that instance is it's got a limiting kind of experience in terms of the spirit uses, or we are only able to use the reference of the mind, the mirror of the mind. But dropping lower into the body, we are able to navigate our way internally and start to experience and sense things that are out of our perceptory cognitive experience, and therefore start to understand, well, it's not for us the information, but start to be able to decipher the information in that kind of way. Okay, so there's a lot of information that I just shared with you here, and it could be a little bit in depth, but if you've got any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to leave below. And I will be more than happy to answer to you or answer in another video, and I can go deeper into the clairs and how they also work and operate. That's not an issue at all. Also, another part of this experience is if we want to develop ourselves as a psychic medium, it is really imperative that we actually are able to strongly develop ourselves. Okay, so that's an essence that's really strong, because as we're sitting with the client, we need to know what is coming into our field and what is becoming present as a source of information, and what is coming from our own internal self. And if we don't recognize those, we can start to be triggered if we haven't dealt with a particular trauma or with a particular experience in our life, and we can start to bring it into the field with the client. So it's really, really important that we work on ourselves, and we can connect and understand in which way we come to meet the client, and be able to hold the space for the client, for the information that is being present, and bring that through. Before I end it, this also links me into something else that I just would like to touch on. And a lot of the mediums or a lot of psychics have the experience of feeling like we need to present the information. We are here and we're here to present the information. And whilst it can be very ego-driven to bring through a lot of evidence, we forget how humbling it is to be present and to stay in the space of the not knowing, being there with the client, but staying in the space of not knowing and allowing the information to unfold in front of you like a story. And there's something in there where we are not so busy presenting the information and getting yeses and getting it, but it's really about being present with yourself as a medium, foremost, present with the client that's sitting opposite you, so tending to their emotional experience as well, and allowing the information to start to unravel, to start to unfold, and then receiving little pearls. I like to call them pearls in the lap. When the information starts to come through, you're able to actually really be present and gently allow that to come forth in that experience. So it's two very different ways of working. Every medium likes to work in their own particular way. We all have got our ways. This is the way I found that really resonates and works with me and allows me to stay in the purity of the information and the humbleness of the experience. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that this in-depth explanation connects with you and resonates. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, so please do for any follow-up information. If you would like to practice or develop the intricacies of your own personal field as a psychic medium, or just feel more relaxed within your field, there's a lot of meditations of releasing and relaxing experience the source meditation, experience the field, and deep immersion. So all of these, when practiced on daily basis, or or even 3 to 4 times a week, you will find that you will be stronger in your field, where you'll be able to understand, connect, and deepen your relationship to yourself and your own field. All right, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.